Hello everyone, welcome to Toaru podcast number 27, and we are celebrating a special occasion, the 20th anniversary of Index. We're going to be talking about all our past experiences and favourite moments and thoughts about the franchise from all this time we have been fans, and also discussing the relevant news or what could be the news we are expecting this year as per the announcements or events that are coming up. And we are joined by the hardcore trio of me, Malcolm, and Othinus. And of course, we have a returning legend of the podcast, Emerald. Welcome back. It's been a while.
Heck yeah, it's been over a year, I think. I don't actually remember when the last one was. But it's because you guys just did a bunch of GT streams. Without little old me.
Maybe you should have read GT then, huh?
Yeah.
Next time.
Where are you at now?
Actually, yeah, where are you at right now?
GT 0.
You read NT22R and dipped. You were like, nah, that's enough. You don't need any more.
Yeah, I'm done with the series. It peaked. I heard everybody said GT was bad.
Yeah.
The series ends at the Othinus arc, actually.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Shokoho who? The girl that's only shown up in the Railgun manga?
No, I will read GT at some point this year.
So you have decided you'll read that instead of OT?
Yes.
Okay.
If I read OT, I think I would get to GT in like 2028.
That's a fair point.
So, yeah. That just means you need to make a summary on every single OT volume for me.
It's called the anime.
That's true.
I have done
but I need Aeon's light novel summaries.
I have done like the condensed like Index season explained in like 10 minutes. I've done that for season 1 and season 2. Haven't done season 3 yet. At least there's that, but it's pretty much just a summary of all the arcs. It's not like going arc by arc and zoning in on every single event that happens. So it's even more of a broad summary than my already broad summaries of volumes.
Honestly,
you need to explain every single difference that exists between the light novel and the anime adaptation.
You want to kill me?
I've recommended he should do that.
I mean,
but he's not a real fan.
Where do you draw the line with that, though? Do you like say, oh, okay, look at all these lines of dialogue that are cut out? Because that'd take forever.
Every line.
No, you're trying to kill me. Listen, I already think my timeline video, whenever I get started on that's going to kill me, because that's going to cover the entire history of the lore, and then the present day timeline with all the events of the main story and spin-offs and everything. That's going to be a pain in the arse to do, because it's probably going to be like a 40-minute video, unless I like manage to do really quick snippets of each event. I don't know.
Are you telling me that 20 years of Toaru history is hard to summarize the timeline for?
Well, what can I say? It's the fault of Kamachi wanting to just continually expand this gigantic universe where it doesn't seem to have any end and it just splinters off into multiple fragments.
Yeah, he based it off the real world.
That's right.
True.
It's non-fiction.
Yeah.
It's the real book of the law and the real Bible all in one.
I was really going to say the same exact thing. I'm glad you said it before.
You read my mind. We're mental out.
That's right.
Damn. So, yeah, might as well get to the initial point, which is I want to know your opinions about the stuff that we did get announced. I know we did get GT10 confirmed like a few months before that we would get it on the anniversary date. But what about Kamachi's tweet? I want to know like all your, like each of your thoughts about it, because I've made my case on Twitter and everything, and in that little video I did. But are you excited? Is it too vague to make a judgment on it, etc.? Who wants to start?
I'll start.
I feel like experience-wise, based off of years of seeing companies do these announcements for more announcements, there's never really any value in getting hyped for it because most of the time you get gravely disappointed by what they consider announcements. That's why I think if it was like such a big deal, like something really big worth announcing, they would have like just either announced one big event where they're going to be making all of these announcements versus, oh, hey, we're going to just have some announcements throughout the year. Because that usually means they're not going to be like big, noteworthy announcements. They just want you paying attention for, you know, maybe we'll get another manga, but rarely does it ever lead to something like really, really massive, you know?
Yeah, that is usually true. I've followed enough series that have had those like year-long anniversary announcements, and usually like nothing really comes of it. But I'm a little more optimistic for this just because it would make more sense for them to announce an anime at something like Dengeki Fest later in the year than announce it like right now. So I still have hope that, you know, it's possible. I guess I lean a little bit more favorably towards it, even though I don't like the whole style of just we're going to announce a lot of random things at random points throughout the year. Too many companies do that now, and it's pretty wishy-washy, I think. I almost kind of feel like it's more so to ensure people don't all get mad on the same exact day because whatever big announcement they had was not what they wanted. Yeah, but I think there's a... Oh, go ahead.
I immediately think of Persona for their 20th anniversary, I think. They did we're announcing that we're going to have announcements throughout this year, and naturally everybody got super hyped. Persona 6, Persona 3 Remake. And like all of the announcements, merch. I think they announced a Persona 5 spin-off manga, and then like a Persona 5 like spin-off minor game with chibis maybe. But like nothing like actually substantive. And naturally at the end of the year, every Persona fan was just mad. They're like, yeah, this was the worst thing ever. This was stupid. And it just made them more upset than anything that they built it up. So that's sort of how I think this is going to go.
Pessimistic.
That's true.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you to Evolution GG Vegeta for the super chat as well.
Oh, heck
Thank you.
I was going to say, that's even weird though, because like they made that announcement for announcements, but then they did end up making... That made it really confusing why that just wasn't a part of the announcements.
Did you cut out, or was that just me?
Yeah, you
I think I cut out.
Okay, I was like...
What did you hear me say?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll just restate. I'll just restate what I said. What I said was they ended up remaking Persona 3 like pretty soon after their announcement of announcements. So it was really strange that they did that.
And I think it's mostly comes down to, because I think Sonic did it before too, where they make these announcements and they're like, okay, this is anniversary and we're going to be announcing things this year, and they don't announce what you wanted them to announce. And it always turns out like, oh, actually they were going to announce it, but it just straight up wasn't done yet or in a state that they could. So they just decided not to announce it, and it ruins the year. And I think that typically is what happens is they get the hype built up before the product's actually ready. And in like the anime world where these products are hardly ever actually ready by the time they're actually airing, like they're like for Index season 3, I think they were only 3 episodes ahead. And by the end of it, they were like working on the episodes right before they launched. That's why like the ending theme wasn't actually finished for the first 6 or so episodes. So that's what I feel like could happen here is like, oh, maybe there is a big index announcement that they want to make. 0% chance it's going to actually be done because they probably didn't inform whoever they wanted to work on it until like just the same time everyone else learns about it. So
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like you guys aren't too hopeful. But who knows? I mean, if we compare it to like the 10th anniversary where it was 2014, I think we got Heavy Object announced as an anime, but that was going off like Railgun S and the Index movie, which like aired previously, like the year before or whatever. So that's not the case here, where we haven't had one in like, what, 4 years now from Railgun T. So there definitely is a gap, and it would be super funny if they decided to do like one of other Kamachi's series, like Heavy Object Season 2 or the
Bro, if they did that, I would actually cry. This would be a W.
That'll be for you, but I think for a lot of Index fans,
yeah,
like,
but who else matters?
Look, all I'm saying is that you guys can be pessimistic, but I got a good feeling that we'll get the NT anime and it will be done perfectly. And if not,
that's cope.
No. And if it doesn't happen, well, then I'm switching my name to something else on YouTube or something like that. It's hard to represent 20 years if you can't even get an anime of the best light novel ever to exist. That hurts.
NT anime is only perfect if they do 8, 9, and 10 as a movie trilogy.
I'd be so fine with that. I mean, they had a whole entire decade to do it, so I mean,
yeah,
that's true. How many volumes do you guys think they would put in the first season if they did make a New Testament anime?
10.
No.
Surely they got to get to NT11 because they know that'll be a success.
What would you consider the best season finale in terms of NT for the first beginning? Yeah.
Do the entire fucking thing, please.
Do you think that would make like a really good season finale? Because like with the problem with that one is the only character you have any attachment to is Toma. And that's it. There's no like big finale. You're not gonna have Accelerator, Misaka, Index, any other characters show up and be like, "Oh, hey, we're all here for the big finale." It's just sort of like, Toma beat up some Kiharas and Othinus. I mean, I guess the Othinus scene would be pretty hardcore. Yeah, but is that the rest of the arc just wouldn't really, I think, warrant it being the big finale?
No, they've got to go to like the Ichi Hanaransai. I mean, season 1 adapted 6 volumes.
Yeah.
So to go to NT6, maybe.
That's fair. But then starting on NT7 would be a little strange. People would be pretty confused, and then the Othinus arc would happen right after.
Yeah.
Well, not even, because you can make the same argument for like the Attack on Titan season part 1 and part 2. Like, it's just the same thing. It's just a continuation.
Right.
The only reason
Alternatively,
okay, go ahead.
I see them doing a season all the way up to book 7 and then announcing Index NT season 1 part 2 with it being the Othinus arc being 12 episodes, or the 8, 9, and 10 is 12 episodes. I could see that happening.
I think those volumes need a lot more than 12 episodes.
I do too, but do you trust them?
No.
I also
season 3 was 3 episodes per volume, so
not like, even for all of them.
I mean, don't you like think that they would actually do the movie for NT, like 9, 10, and stuff like that? Because like realistically, we've had only one Index movie, the Endymion movie, which came out like
Peak
10 years ago. yeah, and like, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to do the movie for it. 100%. This would be the perfect opportunity. You could do like NT 1 to 6 or whatever it is, right? But like for like like the fight and everything, and like how it's Toma and Othinus against the world, that would be like the perfect movie. Perfect. So good. It'd be so good.
I agree with you, but it's because I think it's a good idea. I don't think it would happen.
Yeah, JC staff, little bitches.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be funny is if they did a trilogy movie for including New Testament 8. That would be the funniest volume to start off the movie trilogy with, because that volume is pure build-up for 9, and then it has probably one of the longest, most drawn-out, like, fan service slice of life intros, and I'd almost be a little worried people would be uninterested in the following movies just because of that, even though I like New Testament 8, but it's like a huge tonal shift from 8 to 9. So I almost
sort of
feel like 9 and 10 would make for the really good movies.
I sort of feel like that's what would make it effective, though. Like, the first movie, it's sort of like, oh, it's just slice of life, and everything's sort of like this. You get into this rhythm, and then all of a sudden, at the very end, it completely destroys that rhythm and forces you to, like, oh, by the way, the second movie, gonna be completely different. Everything's gonna be, like... I mean, NT 9 is already, like, one of the shortest index volumes, so it's like the most easily adaptable into a movie.
You could also think of it like... Oh, sorry, I thought you were done talking.
No, I was just gonna finish with I think that would actually make it more effective as like a sequel to like an NT8 movie.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, I was about to say, like, you could compare that to the Heaven's Feel movies that Ufotable did. Like, Heaven's Feel 1, like, it wasn't really that much fighting. There was, like, some fighting, but, you know, it wasn't, like, the main purpose of it. Then, you know, Heaven's Feel 2 came out, amazing fights, more build-up, and then Heaven's Feel 3, which is, like, you know, the peak of the 3 movies, was absolutely amazing. Everything made sense. I think that was a Sakura route from the Fate series, if I remember correctly. And I felt like that would just be really good. That's how they should model NT after. But maybe add a couple more fights in the first one. A little bit more.
Well, what are the fights? Oh, well, I guess, can we talk spoilers?
Keep it minimal, because
okay.
I haven't said this is going to be a spoiler stream, so.
Oh yeah, I guess
NTA would only have like one fight, although it would actually be a pretty fun fight, I think. It's not against a character that I think many people care much about, but you still have some cool scenes with Toma Index and Misuka. I think it'd still be pretty fun.
By the way, we got a super chat. Is it Cosmic Abyss? Thank you for the $5. I guess make a movie of the boring parts and the Othinus and Charon's on Arc get their own anime. What do you think about that?
How dare you call those other parts boring?
First of all, Accelerator getting his platinum wings on the anime. Oh wait,
bro, come on, Rainbow Wings.
Accelerator died.
Get it right. He's the LGBT Rainbow Wings. Come on, all the colors.
Shut up.
Just like how Goku will get his rainbow form at one point.
Yeah. I don't think that would be a good move personally, because typically box office openings matter a lot for a movie, and if it doesn't lead into anything, if you were to make a movie just for that, for the boring part, normally it's the other way around, right? You would want the boring part to be the less hyped up part, and then the movie to be the most hyped up part.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would be a good move, at least, especially from like a financial box office perspective. And I think for fans, because I would want to see any Othinus stuff with like a high budget animation, you know?
Definitely. It'd be pretty jarring if, I don't know, like New Testament 2 got its own movie. Imagine New Testament 2 getting its own movie. That would be
I love New Testament Volume 2.
I do too,
Right,
but
yeah,
that is
but
not,
it was
that is
really
not
good.
movie material.
Okay, New Testament 2 is its own beast in a way. I'd say it's one of the most unique New Testament volumes in the fact that most of it is just info dump, and you get some like weird side quest with Kanzaki, and then you also get some quirky character interaction, slice of life. But come on.
All right.
No. But hey, it's coming out in English soon. Is it next month?
I saw that.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I'll do a review of that. I think Yen Press have said I can
Everyone
do another one.
use Aeon's affiliate link.
Oh, too kind.
Do you have an affiliate link for?
No, he doesn't.
Inky?
No, he doesn't.
He does.
What do you mean?
No,
Do I
I
do?
do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's awkward. I forgot.
Like an Amazon affiliate link or like a
I actually
sponsored
used it
affiliate
the
link?
first time.
Amazon. Yen Press sponsor me,
Alright.
please.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
watching.
I knew that. I knew that. I was just being funny.
Because yeah, I do reviews for them, but I don't get. It's not technically a sponsorship. So
Yeah, they send you review copies. That's standard.
yep. For now.
And they put some
We'll see
money
what happens.
inside of the pages.
Nope.
Make sure it's a good review, right? Yeah.
Listen, they don't need to pay me to talk well about the omnibus. That was beautiful. I bought a second one actually, flexing my my assets.
Yeah, I just never opened my copy of it. It's
Fair.
just on the shelf on display.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way with the other one because I don't. Yeah, I'm wary that the one I've opened is gonna probably see some wear over time. So, but read it.
Yeah.
I think you need a full bookshelf of just the omnibuses.
Oh yeah, I bought a small cathedral to put the omnibus up at the pedestal.
We're gonna be so old by the time the New Testament omnibus comes out. It's gonna be like 10 years from now or something
man.
stupid.
Oh, dude, that is such a long time. What are they averaging? Like 2, maybe 3 volumes a year?
It was
Yeah, I think they're
during
3 volumes this
OT.
year.
I think it's been. Yeah. Well, they're on track for it just to be. Wait, when did NT1 release?
December last year.
Yeah, so we're only on track to get maybe like 2 a year for NT.
2 or 3. Yeah. I was about
When
to
does
say 3.
NT2 come out?
Next month?
May.
Next month. Yeah, so that's 5 months into the year.
Yeah, I think they announced
So-
NT3 for like was it September or October. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, if it's coming out then we're only getting 2 this year. That's
Hey,
great.
when is the I'm sorry, but when's the what was it, the Dengeki festival? When is that?
It's usually like autumn. I'm not sure if we got a date for it yet, but we had that last year where everyone was expecting like, oh, I might get something because it was like the special anniversary for Dengeki Fest. We didn't get anything, so who knows? And yeah, even like during the build up to the 20th anniversary, there wasn't really much acknowledgement about it apart from like the GT10 announcement where I said, oh yeah, by the way, it's Index's 20th anniversary, just in case you didn't know. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it because there was like no build up to it, and yeah, I was more hoping we'd probably get maybe 1 announcement or 2, but we didn't get that, sadly. We just got the tweet saying wait for more, and it's vague. Well, I expected as much because yeah, going off the track record of anime announcements for Index, they always at the Dengeki Fest. It's like they don't get announced elsewhere otherwise.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because I did tweet with a poll asking like all my followers, were they disappointed by the lack of news for the anniversary, or is GT10 and Kamachi tweet enough? And I think 30% said they were happy with it, and about 70% said they were disappointed.
I checked, like, I haven't used Twitter in like forever, but ever since Kamachi, made those multiple announcements, I've been checking Twitter every single day I wake up because I'm like, okay, maybe there's a small chance there could be an NT anime or announcement or just something. I've been let down so far, but I'm still not giving up yet, though.
Just put notifications on. You don't have to check it every day. Just see if he cooks something. But the only problem with that is whenever that Kamachi account does retweet something, then you also get notifications for that as well. So they'll retweet like an Imaginary Fest character or something. It's like, oh, okay, nothing.
Well, usually with these like year-long announcement strategies, usually I've seen them announce something every month or so. So you could probably around May, maybe something will be announced. Maybe the first thing will be announced then. That would be my guess.
We are getting Dark Side Item Volume 3 as well in June. So that's something to look forward to. And the Misaka versus Shokuho fanfic-esque spin-off thing from the web
Did
novel
you see
which
how
has
many
been
pages
published.
that was?
Sorry?
How many?
Did you see how many pages the novelization is going to be?
It's over 500, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's crazy. Yeah.
I need to get on
Probably
that.
'cause it
What-
started off as a novel.
Yeah, well, when I finish GT10, when it's fully translated, I'm getting on that. And I'll make a video about it. Just exploring how batshit crazy it is. And I might do some, like, updates on Misaka and Shokuho powers and that. Even though it is non-canon, but still, it's something to talk about.
Hey, who cares? Who cares if it's non-canon? A feat's a feat, scale to scale.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, my
what they
belief
call
is-
Xenoverse Goku and
Okay.
Eyes of
alright.
Heaven, JoJo shit. Yeah, in the games.
My belief regarding, I think it's worth at least reading because while it may not be canon, it at least gives you an idea of like how Kamachi views certain mechanics working within the universe. So like there's some things I've heard about it in the novel. I think maybe you mentioned it to me that would sort of like show, okay, Kamachi believes Misaki's power is able to interact with this force. Which, while the events aren't canon, it does give us insight into how these interactions work, right?
Yeah.
So I do think it's worth reading in that regard.
Fair
As long
play.
as it's not like purely like parody comedy canon. Like
Going off that cover, it looks like it.
It does.
Have you seen the cover?
I have, it's pure Yuri bait, but you know, Yuri sells.
What about you, Emerald and Othinus? Have you seen the cover for it?
I saw it all right.
You know?
Oh, yeah, you saved it.
Whoa! No,
Well, I
I'm
have as
not
well,
done
because I had to
that.
upload it.
I'm not making.
It's not a
video about it
diss.
like you, but
I saved
no,
most
I have seen it. But I have not saved it.
Liar.
I think you should go save it right now.
I hate you guys so much.
No, he's got too many pictures of a radio on his hard drive. Not enough space.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to buy a separate hard drive just for that. That's what I do.
You don't think I fucking know that?
Oh, that's Mal trying to avoid the FBI.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they're gonna find out. I think Aradia's hot. Oh no, the woman who looks like an adult.
Well, we all know- we all-
stand.
We all know what the Index light novel has. So if you got
Yeah.
Index light novel on your PC.
Yeah.
So,
What they
yeah.
don't know is I also have the other hard drive just for Birdway.
Another one for Birdway's feet.
Yeah.
All right, this is getting cursed. This is getting cursed. Oh god.
Did we ever hear yours and Othinus's take on the announcement of the announcements? If you guys were hopeful or not?
Me? Well, I kind of did that in my video, but I can reiterate. So, Othinus, let's hear your thoughts.
I'm sorry. Can you say my friend just sent me something stupid for Yu-Gi-Oh? Can you repeat the question?
Were you hopeful about the announcement of the announcements? Like, do you think we're gonna get a New Testament anime, or do you think it'll just be like random merch?
So I'm still gonna be the optimist. I really am hoping for an NT anime of some sort or a build up to a movie. If they really were going to release an anime of NT, now would be the time. This year would be the time. There would be no other, time to do it. I mean, sure, they could do another 10 years from now, but, we'll probably be dead by then. So I'm pretty sure now is the best time to, release it. That's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, I couldn't care much about the merch. If there was, like a hoodie or something, sure, I might get it, but I'm pretty sure I could speak for a majority of the people. We just want an anime. So that's what I'm hoping for. Hoping for an NT anime still. Yes, I am. Yeah. So if we don't get the anime, well,
Yeah. it would be a disappointment. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Obviously, people want NT, but I would also be cool with like Astral Buddy or Dark Matter or an item anime, honestly. But yeah, it would just be a letdown because
Yeah,
We
like
think
I'd be
about-
cool. Like, sorry,
Sorry, go on.
I would say like no, I'd be cool with like a dark matter anime as well, but like it's just not what I want. I want to see Othinus get anime. I want to see Thor. I want to see all these cool characters. I want to see the Hawaii invasion arc. You know, all the cool stuff.
Yeah, NT will generate the most hype for sure. Even people who aren't up to date with Index, they will hear about the hype train because of we all know what happens in the Othinus arc. That will generate hype once rumors of that get spread around. And then you've got the New Testament 11 stuff with Shokuho. We all know what happened in Railgun T when Railgun T aired, and we had that little segment with Shokuho and Toma. And then I think the Toaru Twitter page tweeted about it, oh yeah, if you want to know what's the link between these two, read this book. And then the sales for that drastically increased. So the fact that that particular arc would be animated will generate a lot of interest. And you've got all the other crazy bits of New Testament sprinkled in there. So I think, yeah, it like compared to Astral Buddy, no offense to Astral Buddy, it's solid manga. It's not going to generate nearly as much hype as NT, I think. Even though Astral Buddy is a spin-off of Railgun, and we know how popular Railgun is in, well, not just in the West, but in China as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, even though like people don't like really realize that, like, you know, Index has technically 7 seasons and a movie. You know, 3 Railgun, 3 Index, 1 Accelerator, 1 movie, and then of course a whole bunch of OVAs. Not many anime series get that, like, at all. Not, you know, not even 2 seasons. Some animes don't even get 2 seasons. So like, I mean, Index is definitely very popular, and you know, it's just constant build up to NT is. They would have so much more sales and everything. I mean, you even said it yourself. I mean, GT10 has been doing phenomenal in sales across the board. So,
yeah, it's doing
you know,
well. I think the
it's doing
20th anniversary hype might have gotten to it. I think also the fact that a lot of the Index and Toaru books are on sale at the moment with the little marketing event they're doing for the anniversary, if that's probably contributed as well. But yeah, the fact that it's doing this well already, yeah, it's pretty solid signs. And yeah, we don't know the full picture either because this is just Book Walker. So it's probably greater overall as well. I guess we'll have to wait, I don't know, a month to find out the like comprehensive physical sales and then go on the different websites for the online sales.
Yeah. But to answer your question from earlier, I think the announcements are stupid. But at the same time, I understand why they do it, but I'm not looking forward to anything except an NT anime. If it's not an NT anime, I genuinely do not care. Unless, like, you know, unless they're shipping over like the like an omnibus of NT, you know, so I can buy it and I have it like sit on my shelf, like, because I'm gonna collect the books because I like the series.
You
But
want to
other
get
than
hype?
that, I mean,
You want to get hype for Nectar arc with Accelerator Season 2?
To go.
The greatest arc in the franchise.
all right, what's the next topic, please?
I thought Accelerator was a go. You don't want his
You
a
say
second
that.
season of his manga or his anime?
I think most people thought even like the first arc was really bad.
Yeah,
But the
I thought it was
anime
okay.
had most people.
I like the art.
I
It's
enjoyed
okay. I'm not saying it's good.
Well, I mean, do you like the manga version or the anime version?
I like
Yes.
the anime version, the fact that we got to see the backstory with the Hishigatas and Esper. I feel like that characterized them way better than what the manga did. But, yeah, did the Black Wings thing happen at the end of
No.
the manga? No?
No.
Right, yeah, that's my problem with
No,
that, because Accelerator is not meant to have the Black Wings at that point. That does not make any sense, because it's only until the Academy City Invasion arc where Alistair purposefully puts the sisters, Misaka sisters vectors into the, what do you call it, the electrode from Kazakiri, that he's able to access the Black Wings. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. It's not meant to have them at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, there were a lot of like small continuity errors. Like whenever they show Misaka and Toma in it for an instance, right? Whenever he's like going like, oh, those two heroes, he's doing like another hero speech that he always does. When they show them in the manga, whenever he's sort of having that thought process, they make a continuity error in that it's NT. It's NT Toma and summer or winter uniform Makoto, even though this doesn't take place. This takes place before they wear either of those outfits.
I thought that was just like a fan service tease. I thought that was just a nod to NT.
It doesn't make sense though. Like
I know it doesn't make sense, but I that's how I rationalized it in my head. With how it's written and some of the continuity errors in it, I can't imagine it was actually a fan service thing. It was just he pulled up their current or their character designs and didn't really think about the timeline placement. Because like, why is Makoto's winter uniform is normal, like still OT, but like it's not really much of a fan service thing. It just doesn't make sense for why she's wearing it there. Yeah, I'd say it's more fan service for like the NT9 Toma, because that's such an iconic, scene or pose where he's on the park bench. But yeah, with the Misaka thing, I have no idea what they were thinking. Because this is meant to take place
just before
after Volume 5 of OT, where he gets shot in the head. And, it finishes up at Volume 8, doesn't it? Where he punches a wacky. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I just don't think a lot of it was thought out. Like, typically you have somebody specifically there for continuity to like make sure continuity happens, but it seems like the Accelerator manga was so low priority, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't anybody around for that.
Yeah.
But back to my original question I was posing, because I completely forgot about it. Do you think Season 2 of Accelerator could make that arc good? Or do you think that arc is a lost cause? Because in my opinion, I didn't think the first arc was very good, like at all, but I thought the anime version was a lot better in terms of pacing, in terms of characterization and all that.
I actually still have not read the Nectar arc.
Oh, right, fake fan.
Missing out.
Yeah, missing out on a tumor. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that do you think it's salvageable from an anime perspective?
I think anything it can be salvageable. I mean, like, I don't know how much worse it could get if you really think about it.
What's the worst thing about the arc that would make it unsalvageable?
I think it's the worst kind of bad. It's boring, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really hype about it. The character designs are uninteresting. One of them's just straight up a ripoff of that one VTuber. I can't even remember her name. It's like a
Kazuna
ripoff.
Yeah,
Kazuna Ai. It's just a straight 1-for-1 ripoff of her design for some reason. The main enemies of it aren't really. They're not like Kiharu's where it's like, oh man, they're like scary. It's just like
they're really weird. Yeah, they're called full course, and their motives are really strange. And we get like an explanation for like one thing in. Well, I don't know what to say because I don't want to spoil it. But I mean, it's about a body crystal. So if you know what body crystal is, it's the drug that you can take to enhance your Esper power, which is what Takitsubo takes, or Mugano forces her to take to enhance her AIM Stalker. So it's about that origin. Well, kinda. Well, we only know the origin for it because it was explained in the anime original Railgun anime, and we know that's canon now because we know what Kamachi's like. He makes everything anime original into canon, so we know how it was made. And then it's just like, oh, but here's this, and it's not even needed. It's a completely pointless arc from that alone, and they're completely obsessed with like food, and they act really bizarre. They got this like really like stadium of spectators, like a cult. They're very hard to describe because they're that weird, and they always make food puns as well. They're like, oh, just gourmet. It's like watching like the first bit of Tokyo Ghoul where you get like the gourmet and that, but times that by 10 with how weird it is, and not a good kind of weird either.
It's like, I don't know. It was just such a weird like gimmick, and I don't even think it really added to any, like, it didn't relate back to what they do. It was just a gimmick for the sake of being gimmick. It's like if Kamachi had school, and because he named them school, they had to make a bunch of puns about school. Like, oh, looks like you're about to get sent to the office where you like kill somebody or something, right?
Oh. Only cool kids go to school. Like Akine.
Like that's like how it that's what it reads like for full course. It's just, why do they do this? It's like that was the only means Kamachi had of being like, how can I make them memorable? Food puns. I hope you're ready for your all desserts.
That's so bad. But I'm glad they didn't make it though, because that money that is going to that anime could be going to the NT movie that we're totally gonna get this year. Just saying.
It's coming this year?
This year, yeah. No, the announcement will be this year. Probably next year. The announcement. Well, we'll get a trailer this year, right? We'll get a trailer.
Okay.
You know,
if he
part
says
of
it,
what makes me doubt we'd get an NT anime is the fact that we've already covered a lot of that content in Imaginary Fest. And normally, from a marketing perspective, you don't want to cover that content because you want that to release alongside the anime to maximize sales for gacha pools and stuff, right? But we've already done a lot of that in that, which doesn't make sense from a marketing perspective for because every anime's done it, right? Like the Eminence and Shadow gacha releases characters alongside the anime, and then after that they just do side stories until the movie comes out so they can release new characters related to the anime rather than just skipping ahead into the books. Every anime based gacha does that, except unless they don't plan on covering. They do reruns, but that's not the same as the height. Why would they release Othinus and do a whole bit dedicated to the Othinus arc before an anime that they plan to do it to maximize that kind of thing? Because it's a lot less special and probably not as whale worthy for some people if you do it like that. It's just Imaginary Fest sort of makes me doubt we're gonna get NT.
Well, now I'm almost thinking the opposite though, because in a way, I mean, this sounds maybe a little petty, but if they make an anime for New Testament, wouldn't in a way that actually make Imaginary Fest more relevant and more popular, because people would be getting back into the series through the anime, through all the hype of the anime, and then they'd want to consume more Toaru content, and then they would start playing Imaginary Fest, which has already covered a lot of New Testament material.
You would think, but that would mean rerunning a lot of events, which makes it less fun for people who've been playing it since then, right? Because now they're having to do double dips into stuff that they've already done.
I want to make a point. So, in Imaginary Fest, you get the story mode where it covers the different volumes or arcs from the Index series, and then they got up to like where Index season 2 ended, and then they went to the Railgun arcs, and I think they've done most of that already. I haven't played the game in a while, to be fair, so correct me if I'm wrong. And now they're on to the Index season 3 stuff. I don't know if they got up to World War 3 yet, but there will be a time where, in the near future or foreseeable future, where they will cover the entirety of the Toaru anime that does exist. And then it's like, oh, how are they going to present the New Testament arcs? Because that'll be the next progression of the story. And the thing is, they show like the frames and stuff, the scenes from the anime before you actually play the missions itself. So I'm curious how they would do that. Or are they just going to like be like, nah, we're just going to do the game original content and just come up with its own story? Or are they just going to ditch the story mode for the game altogether? And with bearing that in mind, there's also the 5th anniversary of Imaginary Fest this summer, which I'm quite surprised at. I'm like, damn it, this game's 5 years old already? That's crazy. So that's going to possibly generate some... Well, we'll get some special units, the fests, of course, but we might get a new opening like we did prior. I don't know. Who knows? Or new animation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my guess would be, based off how other anime gacha are handled, they would probably, if they're not pulling from NT, like an NT anime, if they don't have an NT anime to pull like CGs from, you would probably just have them like key scenes be drawn for that chapter, but it would generally be like just the avatars talking in front of a background, rather than just like a lot of screenshots from the anime. But I mean, it's been done before, to where it's just key moments get a special CG that they drew rather than one that they pull from an anime. But I don't know. I just don't have the trust. Now maybe if they're still in season 3 for the gacha, then maybe we could get it an NT anime closer to whenever, since these things are usually like closely collaborated with and they keep track of all this stuff in order to maximize profits and whatnot. Maybe they could be waiting until the gacha gets closer to the end to announce it. I don't know what schedule they release the chapters in, but I guess pretty slowly if they're just finishing season 3.
Yeah, I think they're like one every few months, I think. At least now.
Yeah.
Although I haven't played the game in a while, so I'm not sure. But I think that's what it was like when I played the game. Like one every cycle.
Okay. Yeah, then maybe, but I don't know. It could be a bit.
In the chat, looking for an original username, said, the more I learn about how quickly gacha games shut down, the more I'm surprised Imaginary Fest is still alive. And I think that goes to show that they're actually probably making a lot of money. So I think that's at least a good sign for the series. But that is 5 years is actually pretty long. A lot of gacha games do shut down earlier.
Yeah, and that's only in Japan too. Like, it's a Japanese game. We don't even have access to that game in America, or even like anywhere outside Japan. To be honest, you have to download it through, certain means or however. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well.
It's all Misaka and Misaki and waifu alternate costumes that's selling it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Idol Alistair. Idol Alistan is also selling.
For their Q2 reports, they did mention the game. Kadokawa's quarters 2 reports, they did mention Imaginary Fest as one of their main gacha.
Will it fund the NT anime, or will it fund the pachinko machine? Find out
that
next
being
week.
Said, their Q3 report did not make a mention of it.
Interesting.
The only Toaru related franchise they mentioned in their Q3 report, and their Q3 report ends December 31st because their quarters are really weird. Whereas like the standard is, Q4 would end at the end of the year, like December 31st would be your Q4 ending. Some companies offset it, and Kadokawa is one of them. So it's offset. So their Q4 2023 ends in 2024, in like March 31st, I think. So it's ended, but they haven't done an investor relations meeting on that yet. But the only Toaru mention we get in that is Railgun was their number 6 best-selling publication.
For that time period.
It had to be Railgun.
Yeah, for
didn't it?
Q3. Yeah,
It had to be.
Which Q2 you had Railgun and you had Dark Matter. Dark Matter made it into Q2.
Oh, let's
Really?
go, Dark Matter. Woo!
Yeah, so I don't know if they released one in Q3. Maybe they did towards the end and it didn't make it because of that. But Dark Matter didn't make it into the next quarter. But Railgun is in that quarter. So it's still, while Index itself didn't make it, it's still showing that the property of Toaru is making the money. Just the Railgun side, which means we're just going to get Railgun Season 4 and no Index.
I feel like I feel like it would be more in their best interest to do another Toaru project-esque thing where, instead of just announcing one anime for like Railgun, maybe announce a new season for multiple, for Index, Railgun, and either Astral Buddy, Dark Matter, something.
Please just do NT, Railgun Season 4, Astral Buddy, and Item, and I'll be happy. I bet an Item anime would be popular. I reckon that would do better than the Accelerator anime by a mile. I feel like the story's so good, you don't have to know a lot about the franchise to get into it. And I think it's just so stylistic, and the plot is just really concrete that. And then plus you got the Mugano appeal and the Friender appeal, so
For sure.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, item within the community is pretty beloved, I would say. I mean, even some of my friends that are not super into Toaru, they only casually like it. They still all like item.
Yeah, I think it can have wider appeal, honestly. I feel like that group of girls plus that story, especially like the first volume of it, is that good. I think it's just a really strong start, and it's dark side, it's got espionage, it's got the chemistry, it's got really good fight scenes.
And it doesn't really rely on the rest of the franchise. You can at least read it standalone.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
That's true, and that's not really the case. That's not necessarily the case for Astral Buddy. Technically.
True. Yeah. To be honest, when Astral Buddy got announced, a lot of people said, what the hell is this? Why are we getting this? And I think that's partially due to, I don't know, how it appears on the surface, because it's following a character that no one really knew anything about with Junko. We didn't even know her name before the spin-off. She was just like the girl with ringlet curls. That's how she was described in the novel. Like, come on. And we're meant to get hyped over her? Like, seriously? We don't know anything about her. She's a cardboard cut out of character. But then we read it, and then, oh my god, Junko is actually a really cool character. She's got a lot of personality, and the fights were great. We had, I'm not going to spoil it for people who've not read it. And it ends on a pretty solid note. I mean, it probably does have the appeal in the fact that if it's marketed, oh, okay, this is a spin-off of Railgun. People love Railgun, so they'll be like, oh, we'll give this a shot. But at the same time, is Junko enough to sell it as a main protagonist?
Oops, I cut out again.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Do you think? Sorry. Do you think they'd want to announce? Or not announce? Do you think they wouldn't want to make Astral Buddy an anime until they did like New Testament 11?
I would think so. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was
Probably
thinking.
my camera's lagging. I can turn it off for now.
I feel like NT11 is such an important like jumping off point for a lot of Misaki related content. And it would feel really weird for them to go into any of her stuff before that, especially because Astral Buddy has a lot of mention of, or like sort of plays into a lot of the stuff that builds up into, right? And T11 builds up into. And it feels like an incomplete experience if you haven't had any interaction with NT11.
New Testament. So the ending really didn't make, at the time, the ending didn't make much sense to me.
For NT11?
No, the ending to Astral Buddy didn't make sense to me until I had read New Testament.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's why I feel like it hits a lot harder, Astral Buddy, if you have the NT11 foresight.
You know, that means we also need a biohacker anime.
Yeah. But that would mean I feel like there's so many mainline like index stories that should have been turned into OVAs, but they just don't do OVAs for index for whatever reason. They do it for Railgun, at least for season 1 and 2. But for some reason, it's just like, even though there's certain stories that would have been perfect for OVAs to sort of offer some more insight into important things like events and characters. For example, Birdway showing up at the end of season 3. Like, Birdway was introduced before NT, but that was a side story novel, right?
Yeah.
So we know that she actually has this relationship with Toma and has a sort of insight into who Toma is and like a relationship with him that you don't get from the end of OT, and it's not going to make any sense in NT. She's just going to be this new character that came in out of nowhere and sort of involved herself in the situation. Whereas I felt like the novel she did come from would have made for a perfect OVA.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's so many different things that kind of need to be adapted first before you adapt other parts of the series, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, especially like just any of the SS, like SS1, SS2. I thought they were going to do side stories for those that would be like spread out. It would have been like perfect filler, right? Like whenever some of the light novels come out, just be like, oh yeah, includes a special OVA with it, and then like space that out in between the cycles of the anime. That way we're getting consistent index anime content over a long period of time without it being like excessive, right? Like,
for sure. I mean, that'd make the longer wait a lot more bearable.
Yeah, it's just such an underutilized thing. Like anime used to, they used to do that kind of thing a lot more often with like anime or light novels and manga, where they'd be like, oh yeah, it includes an OVA in order to like boost sales of a special edition or something. But they just don't do that anymore, even though it's perfect for index.
Yeah, there's a lot of industry practices that just don't happen anymore. I guess sort of a consequence of the time period that index comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Someone said they should adapt Astral Buddy and Dark Matter as an anime in one season and call it the Toaru Side Stories Project. That'd be, I don't know how marketable that would be, but that'd be interesting.
Dark Matter is a perfect example of something that could have been an OVA, like a 2 or 3 episode OVA. Just being based off of a single volume. It's like, they coulda.
Yeah.
They shoulda, but they won't.
I mean, I guess you would also need to do that after New Testament, because one of the characters is from New Testament 1.
Yeah. Or you could use it as sort of like setting up for a New Testament. That way, whenever that character shows up in New Testament, it's less... because really, you don't get her said you don't really get her proper setup until Dark Matter Volume 1.
I guess that's true.
So really, we need Dark Matter Volume 1 adapted, and then, Dark Item Volume 1 adapted, then Dark Matter Volume 1 adapted, and then we can start the NT anime.
I think you need to be the supervisor at JC staff.
Yeah, they should hire me.
Yeah, this
You even know about their financials.
Exactly, right? Well, I think it's nice to read because you get insight into if our favorite franchise here is going to actually continue to exist, which, so long as Railgun's doing well, I would say yes. Though Railgun doing so well is probably the reason it hasn't ended yet, even though I feel like for a while Kamachi's been wanting it to end it. Next, like Astral Buddy, for example, that felt like something Kamachi wanted to do. They were like, oh, make something about Misaki. And instead of like just being like straight up, oh, okay, I'll make a Misaki because they told me to and she's popular, he was like, okay, I have this story idea for her sidekick, Junko. And then that can lead into a Misaki project, right? Whereas like Accelerator felt like it was forced to exist in this like really tight window. Because Accelerator is popular and they're like, now you have to make an Accelerator story. So he was just forced to put it out. And that's why I think like the second arc was covering something we've already had covered, right? The body crystals. So
yeah,
so that's what that feels like. Accelerator felt like a project that was forced to exist. Kamachi had no real care for it. So it's just like, that's why we got what we got with it.
That's a good point, though, mentioning that he chose her sidekick, because that's what he wanted to do initially with Railgun, with Kuroko, instead of Misaka as the protagonist.
Yeah, and for that reason, I feel like the Mental Out manga is better for it, right? Because we've had some more setup for it, and even though I feel like it's been sort of on the more boring side, if Astral Buddy hadn't existed, I would have been like, oh, just end it already.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm really liking the lore additions to the Mental Out manga, and it has the capacity to answer a lot of the questions that we haven't had like for a while about the science side, about the previous generation of Espers and everything.
Yeah, and it's like it's hitting the really interesting things, and I think Misaki's a really good character to sort of do that with because she's sort of indirectly related to the plot of Biohacker, in which we explored like the first Esper. And so I feel like keeping that sort of contained to like this Misaki related storylines makes it a bit easier to follow. This AU Misaki line of stories. Yeah.
We've talked a bit about like the new like expectations for the announcements and everything, but shall we do some reflecting on the past instead of the future?
Heck yeah.
Sure.
So,
so enthusiastic.
oh, I know everyone's excited to want to talk about the new stuff, but I just thought since it's 20th anniversary, isn't it time to look at what the series has achieved? Well, I don't know. With the new anime talk, it does make me think, like, especially when I'm doing a video, which is a retrospective about Index's history in a way, like the Index 20 years later video, which I've pretty much did like the Railgun 15 years later. It's the Index equivalent of that. So I'm looking forward to finishing that and sharing it with everyone. But yeah, just making that video just makes me think, just so much priority has just gone to Railgun. And even in the Toaru Project's tweet, they said it was like, 20th anniversary of Index. Oh yeah, by the way, it's like the 15th anniversary of the Railgun anime later this year. They had to slap that on the end. But yeah, I guess the point is, it's just crazy that they kind of justify like the lack of or lack of index anime in the sense that, oh, but you guys should be grateful. You've had 3 seasons of Railgun. So technically you've had 6 seasons, or 7 if you count Accelerator, and it doesn't work like that. You have, I get that the Toaru universe is its own beast and it's this massive franchise, and yeah, you can view it from the entire world, I guess, from this giant fictional universe with different characters and that. But at the same time, you've got to acknowledge each individual story deserves its own respect and merits, and I think you have to treat them all differently, and then together you have that universe. Otherwise, if one of the corners or like the main pillar of the universe lets it down in anime format, it doesn't hold up quite as well.
So basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's take the words out of my mouth.
No. It's like, oh, I'm such a big Iron Man fan, but we haven't gotten an Iron Man movie in forever. Well, we got Thor movies. You should be happy. Set in the same universe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it just makes you think, because Index was so popular, and it was popular for a reason. I mean, it still is popular, but I'm talking mainly about Japan. Like in its peak, it was ridiculous, considering what it was competing with SAO in its prime.
That's true. I will say, as someone who has been to Tachikawa, where Academy City is based off of, there is a lot. There's a lot of Toaru promotional stuff there. It's kind of all over the place.
I'm jealous. I need to go. I need to make the holy pilgrimage. Who's gonna go with me?
Dude, the whole podcast. We'll all go.
Yeah, when we going, bro?
Yeah.
When we going?
Oh, we're gonna do it. Let's go.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Podcast live in Japan.
To be honest,
In
like
Tachikawa.
some of my friends have mentioned going to Japan. I don't know when, maybe next year or the year after. So, you want to meet up there? Then hell yeah.
You need to go to the railgun themed tea shop that is run by an elderly Japanese couple.
Are you serious?
Twitter, I think.
I showed you guys pictures of it last year.
Yeah, it's a while ago, but I didn't know it was run by an elderly couple.
Oh, dude, elderly. Like, I hope they're still alive next time I go there.
Have they seen the anime?
I hope. I mean, I couldn't really talk
No,
much to
they're
them
fake
'cause they're
fans.
I really couldn't talk.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if it's like a cafe where they just got to ask promotional material. They have to have it there, or they are actually fans.
Yeah, I'll post some pictures of it that I took on my Twitter after this, in case anyone wants to see. But yeah, there was like cardboard cutouts everywhere. They had a lot of little merchandise and stuff, and I felt a little weird going into a tea shop and then buying mostly railgun merchandise. Yo, terrible voice crack. Sorry, I felt a little awkward.
I'm glad you said something, 'cause I was about to say
that
something.
elderly man was Kamachi Kazuma.
Anyways, I felt a little awkward buying mostly railgun merchandise and then only a little bit of tea. But I did drink the tea. It was very good. The kind lady there even gave me a free sample. Bless her heart. Wonderful woman. I would definitely go there again.
Wholesome.
Misaki flavored tea. It's honey flavored.
Oh, dude, I bought Saten seaweed. I didn't know it was seaweed. It was just in a canister, and obviously I couldn't read it, but it was Saten seaweed. Komoe also had some.
Man, we can go
Yeah, some
there and we
friend
can
can
review all the
mackerel.
foods from the anime. Hey guys, we're at famous railgun location, Pizza Hut.
Yeah. There's a guy there named Marco.
Wait, legit?
No, that was in the anime.
No, I didn't know it was like the Italian chef, like in JoJo kind of thing. We just got that like, random Italian in Japan.
I was just referencing the scene in Railgun where they followed the dorm manager, and they're like, "Oh, she must have a boyfriend named Marco because she went into Pizza Hut."
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the Railgun season 1. Fake fan.
Yeah, true. Give me your YouTube channel.
Hey, I only read index books now. Screw the Railgun anime only scenes. Actually, I want to say that because I love Big Spider Arc. Shout out to Kurozuma or Chad.
Fake fan.
Nah,
something that's anime original. Fake fan.
I will do a rewatch of Railgun season 1 sometime. Well, I did a bit of it. I think I watched up to where Toma appeared or something.
Oh, that's where it ends, when Toma appears.
Yeah, that's what you need to see. But yeah, oh my god, yeah, just Railgun's episode 2. That was like a tough watch, not gonna lie. And then you got like the fucking monobrow, like taser girl directly after that. And it's like, dearie me. This is such... I don't want to say poor start, but it kind of is. You kind of have like the... season... Well, episode 1's pretty decent. Well, then like episode 2 and 3 are like, fucking hell. End me now.
No, they're peak. They're peak. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you'd say that.
When Kuriko tries to roofie Misaka, are you telling me that's not a top 5 Toaru moment?
Literally me.
It's literally me. That was the most relatable scene in the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I've said like there was a user on Twitter or something or YouTube saying that they disagreed with me, that I recommend you watch like Index season 1 first instead of Railgun season 1, because you don't have to focus on 2 sides. It familiarizes you with just the one side so you can get used to it, blah blah blah. But I'm like, but Railgun, with all of Index's flaws, I feel like Index season 1 starts off better than Railgun season 1.
I do actually think it does.
Yeah, at least you got one consistent like story arc to begin with. It kind of takes a while for like to figure out, okay, where's the story heading with Railgun season 1.
Wait, did you cut out or
did I?
He definitely cut out.
Okay.
Yeah. Might be. Yeah, I'm just saying it takes a while for you to figure out where Railgun season 1 is going in comparison to Index season 1, where you've got the Index arc and you pretty much know how the plot's progressing.
That's true, but at the same time, I feel like it works for Railgun because it starts off sort of slice of lifey.
Yeah.
And at the time, cute girls doing cute things, and even now to a lesser extent, is just a popular genre in and of itself. So it can get away with that. Because I feel like I've had more success getting people into the series starting with Railgun season 1 versus Index season 1, because a lot of people, even though it's original at the time, a lot of series have like borrowed certain elements from Index season 1 to the point where people like watch it now, and if you're watching it now, you're like, oh, this is sort of generic, blah blah blah. And I think by starting with Railgun, you can start with, whenever you switch over to Index, you have a different mindset going into it. And I've just had more success getting people into the series doing that through Railgun first.
That's fair. I think it also depends on like who you're talking to, like what their tastes are. Because I mean, there's a lot of people that just like slice of life kind of stuff, and so they end up loving Railgun and not caring about Index very much. But I mean, I've been watching Index with some friends of mine, and I mean, one of my friends was hooked on it just from the first arc.
Yeah.
I mean, my main argument for starting Index first was mainly because it gives you a more like thorough view of the entire world of Toaru. Because I feel like it's a kind of mistake if you just neglect the magic side, considering how important the magic side is. I mean, Kamachi himself designed the magic side first. And then he designed the science side after. He says it in interviews. And he wanted the science side to be the backdrop for the magic events so they could stand out more.
I've always personally just liked people who can just negate other powers. That's why I liked Index more. I just like the whole entire negating stuff. So I would do Index
Howard
first.
Taylor's favorite thing.
Hey, shut your mouth. But you're not
So
wrong.
your favorite character must be Asta from Black Clover.
This guy.
Change your username to Asta if New Testament doesn't get an anime.
It's Asta? Oh my god. Nah, bro.
Or Goku.
Or Goku. Nah, bro. I couldn't do that. No, I like Black Clover. It's just I don't love it like Asta. I don't love it that much. I never rep that.
Black Clover, I think, just gets better the further in it gets. The beginning of Black Clover was pretty rough with Asta, just because he was like the
dog shit.
generic protagonist. He was just like, it's like somebody took like loud and obnoxious, overly friendly. It just took all the generic like shonen protagonist talking points and made him from that. And I think everybody who watched it at the very beginning was like, yeah, this ain't it. I'm not doing this. But
It did
apparently
get
it gets better over time.
Yeah.
No, it got like way better. Way better. Understatement, simply.
Great reminiscing, really.
Yeah. What are your guys' favorite Toaru moments?
The 15th anniversary, or no, 10th anniversary trailer.
Accelerator's
that.
character development.
Wait, when you say the 10th anniversary trailer, is that the one that has Othinus in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Othinus, and they visit like Heavy Object and all the other books. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's because I'm a Kamachi connoisseur. I'm a real Kamachi fan, not a poser Index fan.
Bro, who invited this guy?
People be like,
Well-
"Oh, Kamachi's such a genius." Proceeds to never read anything else he writes.
Hey, I've read some of his other stuff.
If you've
Kinda.
read Index alone, you've read more than like 98% of authors will ever release in their life.
Right. Come on, everybody. It's only more than 100 novels. You can read everything Kamachi's written. It's not like it's something insane like 200 yet.
Then you got the crossover stories as well, though.
Yeah, the SSs as well.
Is it peak fiction, the crossovers, like where he combines like all his universes together? Is it actually good, Mal, or is it just fan service?
It's got some really interesting concepts. I mean, it's very much like, a crossover. It's what you would expect. It's nothing that's going to change the world, but it's entertaining.
okay.
And it's entertaining to see how Kamachi interprets certain systems interacting with each other. There is a manga for it. It's just, it never got finished translating. The fan translation's never finished for the manga version of it, which, I think would make it a lot more approachable than reading the novelization. I mean, like, big enough to get a manga, so, I think it's of note.
You think we'll get like a 20th anniversary PV sort of thing like that, or not?
I do. And here's why. Ready for this? Because this PV we're gonna get is a build up to the NT anime. Right? Yeah, right. It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
I think it's a build up to the Heavy Object Season 2 anime.
This guy.
Would
I
they do
swear,
a Heavy
bro.
Object Season 2 though? Because, listen, I don't know how well it did in Japan, but in the West, oh my god, it tanked. Because I remember it coming out at the time. I remember being pretty excited for it because I wasn't a huge Index fan as I was now, but I love Accelerator, and I was like, another Kamachi series or another work by the Index author, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. Maybe it's got some cool characters, whatever. I watched it, and I think I dropped it at some point because, I don't know. But then I revisited it, and I did complete it in the end. But I'm aware that a lot of the anime reviewers who were watching it at the time, I think Chibi Reviews was watching it, and he reviewed like 3 episodes of it and never talked about it ever again. And I think they're the case of everyone.
What I think happened with it personally is I think a bunch of people, especially at the time, just went into it with the completely wrong mindset of what Heavy Object is. So Heavy Object, for people who don't know, Kamachi created that series making use of concepts for Index that he never ended up using. So maybe at some point he was like, oh, I want to put an object in Index, and it was like something he created for Index, and then decided, yeah, there's no way Toma could realistically like defeat one of these. Or he was like, oh, actually, this would be a really cool thing for its own series. It's like that kind of mindset he had for Heavy Object. But a lot of people go into it expecting, okay, giant robot anime. Like, they're expecting that kind of thing, mech anime almost, even though it's clearly not mechs. Or like, you know, generic harem anime. But what it ends up being is like 2 bros fighting giant tanks with science. And the whole point isn't, you're not watching it for giant robot battles. You're not watching it for giant tank fights. You're watching it with the idea, how are 2 homies going to blow up this giant tank that uses a different scientific method versus the last tank they blew up? And what kind of conspiracies will they uncover along the way? But I think a lot of people just go into it and they see, oh, the giant tanks aren't fighting each other constantly. Not interested. And that's where I feel like people get lost. No, go ahead.
No, so I was actually just curious. I looked up a Heavy Object real quickly. I didn't realize there were 24 episodes. So I'm just like skipping through some of it right now, and I'm on the 2nd episode right now. You know, just skipping through it. And then I hear like one of the 2 main characters are talking about, you know, the dub voice actor. And dude, his voice actor is Toma Kamija's voice actor.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The best friend is Toma's. Quinther is technically the protagonist, and Havia is his like deuteragonist.
Silver hair chick.
Like, he's secondary protagonist. Like, he's just as important as Quinther through most of them, but he's secondary to the overall story in that it mainly follows Quinther primarily. But
seriously,
his Havia is voiced by Toma's English voice actor, so that's really cool.
Man, this is right there. All that budget for Karibunis and NT anime. Look at all that.
And ironically, it's also got some of JC Staff's like best CG. The CG in it is really good, and it's also got like some of like the weirdly, for some reason with that series, they decided to like follow the books 1-to-1. Like, it doesn't skip over anything major. It follows it very accurately. You can almost like line up some of the lines of dialogue outside of like some super techie explanation.
You cut out.
And the final 2 episodes are anime original because they didn't have enough time to adapt another arc, and they finished the first 3 books. Yeah, so it's like 22 episodes for 3 books versus Index, which was like 5 to 8 books per season.
Some reason in the chat we have a Spider-Man versus battle debate.
You're reading the 2? I'm also reading that. Hey, but no, I was gonna ask. I know I can't remember, but I think I know the answer. But Kamachi never said when the announcements of the future announcements were going to be released, right? Because, you know, some people do that. Some people give dates when announcements in the future get released. Did Kamachi do that? I don't think he did, but I don't
think he did, but it's sort of just implied, being based off the timing that it's going to be throughout the year, I think.
Yeah, man, bro, future me is gonna look back right now and be like, I knew there was gonna be an NT anime. Like my future self's gonna
3
say
years
that.
from now when they announce it, and it's like, oh,
Hey.
that's when Kamachi meant.
Hey, he said 3 years from now. Yeah. I mean, bro, if I have to wait 3 years for a perfectly adapted NT anime, I mean, I will wait. I will wait all day. Well, I mean, we waited 10 years for the Bleach anime to come back. So, I mean,
That's true. And they did a good job with it.
they
have
did
been
a
doing good job with it.
phenomenal job. Oh my god, it was beautiful. Beautiful. Loved it. Love Bleach. Best out of
Dude,
the
it
big
was
three.
it was at the top of my anime list for like the whole runtime for the first season.
Yeah, because it was done properly, and the Tite Kubo was there directing it, like alongside with him. I'm pretty sure, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Beautiful.
We need the
Absolutely
same thing for Toaru. I mean, I agree. I would be willing to wait another 3 years if it was gonna be good.
Yeah. And like, man, I hope if they really do animate stuff in the future with these announcements, I really hope they don't oversaturate the anime with so many books that they skip over content. I'd rather them do less books but have more content filled out. You know what I mean? Like nothing skipped over.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm still very pissed off about that Accelerator and Toma fight during World War III. So
Yeah, that's why
That
you
was-
should have watched the Heavy Object and supported it.
that's just not how that works at all.
It is.
Good
adaptations.
It just does not make sense.
Proper
No.
adaptations. They would have been like, oh, everybody loved Heavy Object. It was a perfect adaptation. That's what we should do for Index, but y'all didn't. And they looked at it and they're like, people hate good adaptions. They want bad adaptions. We're going to skip most of season 3.
This guy, bro, I swear.
This guy. Well, Mr. Aeon of Horus, I would like to ask you, as the host of this podcast, I would like to ask you about your favorite Toaru memory.
Oh, that is a good question. To be honest, it's probably like the people who I've got to meet from the series, like in person.
Oh, heck
Yeah, I never forget the time where I got to meet like some of the Belgian cosplayers who I managed to talk to online about the series, and they came over to the UK for a con, and we got to hang out for a bit and do a photo shoot. That was one of my favorite memories. That was really cool. And yeah, most recently, getting New Testament trending on Twitter, that was probably the craziest, one of the craziest
That
things.
was wild.
Yeah, and
History in the making.
also like being acknowledged by the English publisher of Index to do the omnibus. That I could never have envisioned that, like from the guy who was just reading Index on my iPad while I was at college. Yeah, I couldn't have foreseen that.
Wasn't Tooney kind of responsible for that happening too?
Yeah, he definitely played a role. I don't know how well I don't know if they knew about my channel before, but he told me about, well, he told them about me and showed him my channel and stuff. So yeah, I do owe that a lot to Tooney, and Tooney's a really cool guy. Appreciate him a lot. So yeah, I mean, well, if we're talking about actually in the series,
Well, either one,
Oof.
really. That's what I meant.
yeah, but I think I prioritize the more personal stuff that's affected me. Like I was not just like the events of the story itself, but how I've interacted with the community for this time and built up, my social platforms and everything. And it is a bit of a thing that I don't really think about that too much, but when I do, it's really cool.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I mean, my answer to the question would be kind of similar, of like more like community based rather than just necessarily favorite part of the series. Because like when I started talking about Index on my channel, I think I had like 20 subscribers. I was speaking into a void. And then I started the New Testament rambling series that took me 2 years to finish. And then over that time, you know, seeing like more people watch those videos, and then seeing the same people comment on every single one of them made reading New Testament a lot more fun than it already was. Not saying a lot, because it was a super fun read beginning to end.
And that's why you're reading the sequels now.
That's why I'm starting GT0.
Starting
right
GT0
Yes.
right now. Okay, cool.
I'm actually reading it right now.
Wow, dedication.
Let's go.
The only real fan.
Well, yeah, that community feedback is... Yeah, there's not much else like it, is there, Emerald? Even now, like, seeing, like, positive comments or stuff, like... I guess the best compliment I can receive is people saying that, oh, I've rediscovered my love for the series thanks to you, or, oh, I started the novels thanks to you, or... Yeah, stuff like that. That is really meaningful for me. It just doesn't smile on my face for the rest of the day.
Definitely. And I mean, like, how many people in real life know someone that likes Toaru? Right?
They're very far few in between, man.
Exactly. It's like I didn't have any friends that had seen Toaru,
Yep.
you know, before I started making videos.
Yeah,
bro.
You try and convert your friends, but it never fully works. Because
They hated it. They hated it.
I just made fun of them. I just said, yo, you're too stupid to understand the comprehension of this amazing piece of work. That's what I always just
Be
say.
fair. You
Yeah,
have to have
the anime
pretty
always
high
gatekeeps
IQ.
them.
But actually, now that I think about it, Othinus, didn't you have your grandma read Index? Was that you?
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
How did that go?
She read,
The wrong volume.
yeah, she read the wrong.
what did she
volume.
read?
The one with
Wait,
the most
were
period in it?
you not here for that? Wait,
No, I remember you talking about your grandma reading it, but which volume did she read?
it was. I don't remember the exact volume. Aeon would know, but it was the.
It was
one where
volume 8. It was
Yeah,
Kuroko's volume. So she
it was
opened the book and just saw Kuroko and Misuka fan service.
Yeah, so that was super awkward.
So did she ever text you and go, it was mid?
No, he never texted me that. No.
She just wrote you out of the will.
Nah, I tried to get her on it again, read it after. Oh, and it really has been a year, hasn't it? But no, she hasn't. You know, there's been a lot of other stuff going on in the life right now that she's more stuff needs to be focused on rather than a light novel series. But
What?
no,
Index is
She has-
live.
yeah, you're right. You're right. But I mean, I just told her all the peak parts of it. Told her to read it. I don't know if she did, but
So you
I hope she did.
spoiled the story for her?
No. I vaguely, super vaguely said how peak certain parts were more than others.
So you haven't gone to her house and found a Misuka Dakimakura on her bed yet?
Fuck no. No. Hell no.
You gotta buy her
This
one.
is my waifu.
Oh my god.
I think Malcolm is evil.
Malcolm's definitely evil.
That accelerator was a real hunk of a man.
Oh my god, dude. And that's another thing about you're talking about with like the community, bro. Like all my friends know me for saying Accelerator solos, bro. Like they know me for
Oh my
saying
goodness.
like how much I love Accelerator. It's hilarious. That's probably another reason why they won't give the anime a chance because I always talk about Accelerator. So
Oh wow.
win some, you lose some.
Did you gate kept them by accident?
I mean, I guess I gate kept them by showing them the best male character in fiction. Sorry, male character in fiction.
Who's the best
Y'all
character
know
in
Alistair is
fiction?
the best female.
Look, we don't talk about the best female in fiction, all right? undisclosed, top secret information.
You look from Bible Black or something. Who?
Whoa, oh, my man! Whoa, whoa!
Like there's got to be a reason you're keeping it a
Yo.
secret. Well, it's a Christian anime.
You got a dirty mind.
It's like Index. Well, I mean, I just have to I have to make the most extreme assumptions if you're gonna be dodging like that.
Dodging.
Yeah.
Man, why? Why do you? Well, then why does your mind go straight to the gutter for something like this?
Because why else would you be dodging it? Who else would be the best character in fiction who seems to be a female of some sort?
I mean, I do like other series aside from the Index series.
Right.
That's
And
not.
it just seems like it could
perverted.
potentially be something that's R18.
No, it's not.
See, now I'm curious because I just don't know
Fate series.
who it could be. It's not
Fate
going to be like
series.
Bella from Twilight, right?
What the hell?
Alter.
No,
Oh,
no. I'm a huge Fate fan. I love Fate.
Jalta.
Oh, so it's probably like
Everyone already knows.
Saber's feet or something.
Bro,
Nah,
what
he's-
is
he's
wrong
got-
with you?
He's got the
I
body
think
pillow of
he's
Jalta.
projecting. I think Malcolm's
he's
just
got it.
projecting.
Actually, if you're a Fate fan, it could still very well be the porn.
Is that true, Othinus?
No, it's not true. Like what? Oh my lord.
I'm just saying the first Fate game was, it's a porn game,
Yes, it is. That is true.
But,
Yes, that is true. That's not
So
the
maybe
reason why
my
we like
assumption
it.
was correct after all.
That's not correct, bro. That's.
So you're saying you played with the patch on, with the censored patch on?
What the hell, dude?
Didn't they just re-release it altogether without the porn?
Probably.
Yeah, I think you can turn it on and off to your choosing. Not that
Yeah,
I'd be an
or-
expert on it.
I'm more a Fate Grand
yeah.
Order person, but yeah. Play the game.
Gotta collect all the
Yeah.
waifus.
The gotcha game. Spent a little too much money on that throughout the years. But anyways, going back to the real conversation topic.
Favorite Toaru memory? Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
No, you're talking about. Oh yeah, but I was talking about like how the people you met through the communities. But
Oh, yeah.
the same things with you guys. I mean, if Aeon never reached out to me back like a year and a half ago on my stupid Kamisato and Rimuru video, I remember this too. It was the Kamisato and Rimuru video that he commented on. At that point, I used to watch him a lot, so I never thought we'd actually talk and be friends at this point. Who knew? Who knew? Because I
Biggest
didn't know.
regret of your life.
Yeah, it's because I met Malcolm through this. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Malcolm. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. But yep, definitely the people met along the way.
I think I actually talked to Malcolm first. Malcolm, you had commented on, I think, my first New Testament video.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, you're the guy from the Toaru podcast.
Yeah, I sent it to Aeon. I was like, hey, check out this video. I like it.
Heck yeah. And that's how I'm here.
Yeah. Biggest
Hey.
Oh,
regret of my life.
No. What? What?
Why are you
guys
saying
couldn't
that?
Say that? No wonder I wasn't on the podcast for over a year. Malcolm
Yeah,
was
after
gatekeeping
having
me.
you on, I was messaging Aeon. I was like, I regret this. Never let him back on.
What the heck?
His music's just okay.
Oh.
Boo. His music's awesome.
Nah, his music is good. I listened to the one song you put out the other day. No, not the other day,
Oh,
but
you
for
actually
that
listened to
Muppet
that.
thing.
He
Yeah,
said you
dude.
actually listened to that.
A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah, the Cosmic Radio 2024
There you go.
one.
Yeah, Malcolm, I listened to all your stuff too. It's really good.
Yeah, I know. I work really hard on it.
Good. Good.
You guys
Hard work pays
remember
off.
Over a year ago, Malcolm was editing a Toaru video. Where
Yeah,
is it?
it's still in the it's still in the editing process.
Oh my,
You're not going to release it for the 20th anniversary?
Okay, so the video was based on it was looking at the railgun. I don't even remember what it was called. The Spectrum Story game. Since it got deleted. Yeah. I wanted to make a video on it purely because it's now technically lost media.
Still have it.
If you still have it installed, it's still there, but it was removed from the stores, and if you ever uninstall it, you're not going to be able to reinstall it because you can't get the extra files from the original server, because it was one of those download a bit from the Google store, and then it would install from another server the rest of the game. But I was doing a video on that to cover all the content that was in it, and look at sort of some of the numbers and figures I could find around it to sort of figure out what happened with it. But whenever I was gathering gameplay footage for it, it was just sort of boring to talk about the game itself. The game itself is really meh.
What the heck? I would have watched that video.
Yeah, I mean, it's half finished.
You got to finish the other half.
Yeah. Maybe someday, whenever I open up the game again, which will never happen.
I mean, it is the best Toaru game to date.
Absolutely.
I've said it
that's not
before.
even true.
But I'd love a new Toaru game on console or PC. Open world or a fight game.
Why didn't you buy Virtual On, huh?
What do you mean? I don't have a PlayStation.
It doesn't matter. You should have bought a PlayStation for it. Console game.
No. Plus, it's not a proper Toaru game. It's robots.
100%. It even has Othinus in the main story.
Yeah, I mean, I'd buy it if I had a PlayStation, but I don't. I've been an X-boner my whole life, but now I don't want to touch an Xbox again because, honestly, Xbox has been shit for years. They messed up Halo, and I'll never forgive
You
them.
could just emulate the Vita one. The Vita version of the game. It's the same game on PS4 and Vita.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I have both of the collector's edition for them. I have the PS4 collector's edition and the PS Vita collector's edition.
Ah, okay. I could, but my PC, I don't trust my PC to run a modern game. It can probably run Smash Bros. Melee. And that's about it.
I don't know how demanding a Vita emulator would be. I don't think it would be too demanding because it's just an arena fighter.
Right, yeah.
So you're not loading in a massive assets.
Yeah, to be fair, I can run the PSP game fine, I guess. But yeah, it depends online. Or not. If offline, then should be pretty fine.
Yeah, I would love to get a fan translation of the Virtual On games. Because the book's really good. I really like the book. And this takes place after the book. It's like a sequel, from my understanding.
I tried playing it, but I got tired of holding up my phone to the screen to translate the text. And it was not a good translation. But you guys know that clip of Kuriko making incomprehensible noises?
Yeah, the one that's gone well beyond the Index fandom.
I listen to it every night before I sleep.
On my desktop.
Dude, ASMR.
Yes, it gives me good dreams. Oh, come on.
Well, yeah, but people should have bought that game.
You guys seriously thought I was being legit? Come on.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
You know, Malcolm, did you ever say what your favorite moment was? I genuinely don't even remember.
I said I really liked the 10th anniversary
Oh, yeah.
trailer because it got all of the Kamachi books, well, most of them at the time, and I like them all because I'm a real fan, a true fan.
Yeah, you're just gonna take that
reason.
You ain't gonna take that lying down, are you?
Oh, no. I don't care. I've seen, well, not seen, but read bits of Kamachi's other work, and yeah, it was whatever. If he wants to enjoy mid, then that's fine.
He wants to enjoy
Oh, God.
Yo, pew, 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 shots fired. Funny.
Dang, well, whatever. If you want to keep enjoying only Kamachi's 4th best work, you can do that.
Fourth best?
Oh,
Meanwhile,
dude,
There's no way Index is
real
Kamachi's
fan.
4th best work.
Yes, man.
and maybe 3rd at best, but you know.
I know. At the top is zombie
Little Sister.
Yeah,
Oh,
older
yeah,
sister.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I read
Followed
the
by-
Killer Queens thing, and I've already forgotten what happens in that.
How did you forget? We read both of them. I remember everything
I don't.
because I like it.
He said, I don't. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I read... I do like the concept of Blood Sign, but yeah, I just fizzled out of reading Volume 2. I would like to
but
read all of it.
Othinus is in the final volume, you know? And a real Index fan would have read it for lore reasons.
You said Othinus is in the final volume.
Yeah, unironically, she's in the final volume.
She is? But I
Yeah.
read it though.
Yeah, it's in the final volume. How do you not remember Othinus being there?
I think you're gaslighting me.
Yeah, you think I'm lying? Hold up.
Bro, look what
Yeah.
you started, man.
To be fair, I think... Was it Neptis is also in it, but it's not like Index Neptis.
It doesn't matter. She's in it.
Yeah. See, Kamachi can't come up with anything new. He just has to transfer Magic Gods over to another series.
That's because people like you aren't interested in reading his new stuff.
I read Jishiki Rawashi. I mean, I speed read through the last 2 volumes of it because I had enough. But I did it. I feel like Jishiki was good for like the first 3 volumes. I feel like was it the 4th volume? I got kind of a bit bored. Then like the 5th and 6th volume were like mindfuck territory.
How so? I obviously haven't read it.
There was like some time travel shit going on and alternate reality stuff.
Read Apocalypse Witch. It's straight up super good. Only 5 volumes too.
Is that the one you would talk to me about? One series that you said had potentially the strongest character Kamachi ever wrote?
Really?
White Queen.
That's Blood Signs. White Queen from Blood
Oh.
Signs.
Okay.
Although Apocalypse Witch is all about like literally being the strongest character. Like in their universe, the strongest characters are given special status, and one of the main driving forces of the story is in the first volume. It's about them murdering the current world's strongest, the protagonist murdering the world's strongest. It's really nice to have a book where Kamachi doesn't have his characters being like, I'm gonna save everyone and change their hearts. It's like, I'm gonna murder everyone.
So you relate
Period.
to it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Do you guys want to do Q&A?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right, it's that time of the podcast, everyone. Send in your questions to me or someone else or all of us, and we will answer them. However, 1 question per person, because otherwise you'll be taking the piss and ask like 10. And there ain't no way we're answering 10 questions from the same person. So that ain't fair. So yes, 1 question per person. Thank you.
Unless you super chat the extra questions.
Oh yeah, if you super chat, then
Yeah.
then priority and all that good stuff. Yeah, of course. We have been sent some questions already. Someone was very early, the usual question asker, which is Mark1246. and they ask, Do you guys know anything about this rumor about Kamachi changing editor? I've been seeing that everywhere, and if you can shine some light to this or not, thank you. Maybe a new editor would be good. I've not heard that myself.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Wait, there's a I didn't. There's. Huh. No, I haven't.
I mean,
heard
it's
anything like
possible because I think he has like multiple editors working on Index and
Yeah.
another
usually
series.
Thanks them
Yeah.
in the afterwards.
That would
If
make a
anyone
lot
in
of
the
sense,
chat
though.
can point in a direction of where that may have come from. That would be
Yeah, because
appreciated.
if he says it in the GT10s afterwards and that's not been translated yet, then obviously we don't know about it because we've not read up to that. Because it could have been like, part of it could have been spoiled, I guess. I don't know. Not that it is a spoiler, but yeah, I'm not aware of that information from what I've seen.
New editor, NT Anime. Ooh. It's aligning up perfectly.
It's
Too many coincidences, man. It's just making more and more sense, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think you're conning
Like a
yourself.
new editor would be a bad thing.
Yeah, you think so? Hey, Ben Misko with the super chat. Thank you. I got an off-topic question, and I don't
You
see
gotta
it.
ask it.
Shoot
gotta
your
ask
shot.
the question.
What's
Make
the
sure-
question? Yeah.
Go ahead, and you will get priority once I see it pop up. But yeah, thank you. I'll keep my eyes peeled. I'll give you a. Wait, shall I give you a few seconds to?
We can start the next question and then it's
Yeah. After the next question, yeah. Let's see where we're at. How long do I need to scroll up for? Mark Spooner asks, how would a Toaru gacha game work? I mean, there's already one that exists. So I'll go on from the next question he asked, which is probably a better question. I don't know. Would a Toaru gacha game work in a similar manner to Genshin Impact or something else entirely? Yeah. Do you not know about Imaginary Fest? We have a gacha game for Toaru.
Is he saying he wants a gacha game particularly in the style of like Genshin Impact?
We had.
I guess
that, sort of.
I guess he asked if it
For
would
the
be in the
MMO.
similar manner to it, but was weird because we do have a
MMO.
yeah we
It
do have
got
a
shut down.
gacha. That was kind of a gacha as well, to be fair. So
Yeah.
You had to pay for characters, stuff like that.
You rolled for them. It was very much. It's like an action. It was. Yeah, it's just sort of like an action, just pretty standard like action game. It was just fighting in the streets. There wasn't like platforming and stuff you were doing because it was only designed for phone. There wasn't really a console mechanic to it.
just button mashing and a lot of
Yeah.
it.
It did have a sort of English version of it because of Hong Kong, but it was very much machine translated English, so you couldn't really get a lot out of it.
I didn't want to cut you off, but Ben asked the question, Aeon.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
wanna
I
do
saw
that.
it. Are you guys familiar with Ruby?
Yep.
I haven't seen it myself, but I have friends who are pretty big fans of it.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah, my friend loves it. I hate it, but my friend loves it.
Yeah, I didn't like it very much. It started off all right, but it sort of just got worse over time, I felt like.
Yeah, kind of like One Piece.
Yeah, it was sort
Ooh.
of like the opposite of One Piece.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Sorry, that kind of slipped out. What's the next question? Sorry, what was that?
But yes, thank you for the second super chat. Where are we at here? Ba, 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 ba. JDFVA question: do you mind if I join your Discord? I don't mind unless it's about Othinus' Discord. I don't know if you open it up again.
I mind. You're not allowed to join either
No,
of their servers.
My Discord's usually private, but if someone wants to join, I usually just let them. They just need to ask.
Yeah, you just have to become his Discord kitten. He'll let you in.
Bro, what is wrong with you? Like, what? That's-
Yes, JDFW.
Alfred Blood.
I can't say
He'll
the
buy
name.
you nitro.
Dude, you're getting cyberbullied.
But
Close
yeah,
your
I
laptop.
can see that you've joined the server, but you must have missed the verification link, so I'll verify you now. JWFVA. God, that's a mouthful. There we go. Alright, you should be verified now, so you'll have access to the server. Thank me later.
Later.
Alright. Let's see here. Cameron Forsyth, there are 2 Neptis. Yeah, I remember the spoilers for that coming out for Blood Sign. That Neptis was also in Blood Sign, but I think Malcolm can back me up on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he better back you up. I mean, he's the #1 Kamachi fan, right? I mean, of course he
Yeah,
does.
that's right. No, it is unfortunate. Othinus is only a mention. She doesn't like physically show up.
I know, and it sucks. It's that one thing you showed me, bro. Like that one little paragraph or sentence or whatever it was you showed us like a while ago. It was still pretty funny though, whatever that was. It was funny.
Alright. Next question. When do you think GT11 is coming out? I probably say it's coming out before the end of the year. Probably around October, November maybe. Because we got that item volume 3 in June. It could come quicker, who knows? If Kamachi is really desperate to, well, complete the Transcendent arc, because it looks like it's coming to an end.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, Aeon, guys, hear me out. What if, when GT11 gets announced in roughly 4 to 5 months, that's when we get the NT anime. It'll be around the same time as that one Dengoku whatever festival, whatever that is called. Whatever.
Dengoku?
I don't remember what
Wait,
it was called.
is Goku in your head?
Dude, versus
You have
battle,
Goku brain rot from
rot.
all these fucking versus battles.
Hey, shut up, bro. Like, look, during this time, man. Look. We're gonna get GT11 announcement and NT anime all at the Dengeki festival. So, that's what I think. 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months.
No,
Easy.
it's a Freudian slip. It's a Freudian slip.
Yes, that's the term. Alright. Next question. N-King asks, when are you going to show the holes in the Jolta pillow off this?
Damn it, stop asking that question, bro. I swear to God, man. Oh.
So is it in good condition? It doesn't have any yellow stains or anything, or
Oh my God! No, first
How's
there's
it
no
smell?
there are no stains, there's no nothing, and the only hole in it is the damn zipper where you have to take in and take out the pillows.
that's a bit rough, isn't it? On the
Oh my God, you guys are a bunch of freaks, but I swear to God, you guys are just you guys are something else, man. Oh, nice impression, bro. We got this dude over here. He's like, oh yeah, bro, how's that body pillow of yours doing? How many holes are in it? Yeah.
I'm sure you respect her well while you sleep.
Verse debaters deserve this kind of treatment.
All right, next question. Gig, who's a channel member. Who is the biggest nerd out of all of you? Ooh.
I think I'm gonna have to take it on this one, bro. I yelled at the screen about fictional anime characters fighting each other. I think that might be me.
I mean, Malcolm reads the financial reports from Kadokawa.
Yeah.
I think, Emerald, you play guitar, so that makes you
What? I
cooler
play
than
guitar.
most
What
of
do
us.
you mean?
Oh, you play guitar as well. Yeah, well, Emerald uploads his music, so
Look, I can't upload my music because you see, my music is too beautiful.
I don't know your skills.
Oh, it's
I'm a finger guitar.
Finger what?
I'm a finger guitarist. I play finger style. I can play the electric guitar. I just don't have an amp.
you have an interface.
Pillow?
You have an interface, right?
No.
Okay, well, get an interface. Get a DAW. There you go. You can get virtual amp sim. You don't even need an amp.
I got an electric acoustic guitar.
That works too.
I do
You have a
play
microphone?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes,
You
I
have
play
a microphone.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can record yourself. Okay, maybe Othinus does win. Biggest nerd. He
When are
plays
y'all gonna have a collab? When are you gonna play music together?
tomorrow.
Dude, whenever you want.
Tomorrow, yeah. I'm gonna
Hey,
skip
on.
work.
Hell yeah.
Drive up to where you live.
Yeah, and the Toaru boys.
Oh my
I'll
god.
take the
Those who know
title
that
of the video.
reference, you're the best. Katie, what up, Katie?
I'll take the title of nerdiest. I own all of the index stuff, like video games, collector's editions. I have a full-on game library. I have a room dedicated as a game room with walls of video games. I own all the index books, physically and digitally. I'm a broken man.
It's okay to be a wizard, Malcolm. It's okay.
Yeah. Not 30 yet, but soon.
Alright. Demon King Al. Well, if Kakihimna... Is that meant to be Kakina? I don't know, probably. Were to face the magic...
You don't know his sister, Kakihina?
No, I don't.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it was like a ship name of Kakina and...
No, she shows up in Unexplored Blood Signs.
Oh, right. I thought it was like Kakina and Himigami ship or something.
Yeah, no. His sister's actually in Blood Signs, you know.
Alright, okay.
I guess I'm reading Blood Signs tonight.
Alright, so I guess this is a question for Mal. Were to face the magic fraud known as Othinus, she might cause him a little trouble, but would he lose? Are you thinking?
I think he dipped out.
Wait.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. They said Kakihina?
Yeah, Kakihimna.
Himna?
Him, N-E, at the end of Kaki.
Oh,
yeah. Is that a blood sign character or not? Or is it...
No, I lied. I was just saying things.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
No, I was joking. I was
saying. I was like, oh, it's not his character. I'm not... Well, I knew the part about it being Kikina's sister would have been a joke, but I didn't know... I thought you were just saying that because of the similarity of the name. I didn't know you were actually joking entirely.
No.
Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming it's Kikina. Well, yeah, he's going to lose, isn't he? Unless it's Kakina and Himigami. I don't know. Maybe Demon King Al can clarify. But let me...
Wait, is Kakimna like a meme version of Kakine? Okay. Yeah, I just saw a random meme of it whenever I googled the name.
Like
okay.
Him, like he's him.
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Oh, they didn't do the caps, so I didn't know. They just did it all like fucking lowercase.
Kakine.
Okay. Right.
Kakine.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he's like the I'd win Kakina. I mean, that's the normal Kakina, to be fair. Right, that makes more sense. I mean, if Kakina actually lost his ability to job, then I think he'd be the strongest character in the series, but it's never going to be the case.
#1 jobber, at least. So,
yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, by the way, guys, sorry. I missed out to see Super Chats because we're busy figuring out what the fuck Kakihimna was. N-King, thank you again. Optimus plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Meaning it's automatically him, as in the biggest nerd.
It doesn't help if I play Yu-Gi-Oh! too.
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I still probably would pick up some... I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Last year with some Dark World deck I picked up randomly at a con.
Hey, yo, I'm just saying, bro. Yo, my Sky Striker deck went from like $800 to like near like 15 to $2,000, bro, because of this ban list.
Oh.
I'm
Bro's
just
still
saying.
playing Sky Strikers.
Yeah, I am playing Sky Strikers too.
Sky Strikers.
We lived in the eternal format of
loser.
2019. No, this dude.
Nah,
bro.
they fell off just recently, relatively recently.
You know what they were talking about.
They're
Shut
still
up.
popular in JP, I guess. They only look good if you're playing JP. You're playing
What are you
Japanese
talking
one.
about?
Yeah, that's the only one they actually make, like, actually win tournaments. Is in the Japanese.
No, it's not even close to being meta in Japan. They operate off two different
No, they
ban
still
lists.
get run though. Like a bunch of people still run them in Japan. They're not meta, but there's so many people running them that they at least win every now and then some tournaments. They just never actually make it to the finals.
They don't win.
Bro, you can literally look at the charts and see which decks make it, and there's
I
always
looked at the charts. I follow OCG and TCG formats.
Yeah, then you would know Sky Strikers still makes
All right, nerds. Stop talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! They're just cardboard with
Yeah,
shiny
you should be
paint
playing
on.
Labyrinth by now.
All right,
Oh my god, bro, this dude. I
All
swear.
right. Anyway, Gig with a super chat. Thank you very much for supporting. Again, legend Gig. This is concerning the nerd question again. I got my answer after I found out Othinus has a Jolter body pillow with holes in.
You're taking things so out of proportion. I swear
that's
to
true. I
God,
don't
bro.
own a body pillow, so. Oh,
I used to have a Hatsune Miku one when I was 16, but I gave it to a charity shop.
You gave it to a charity?
Yeah. So some elderly
They
couple's
wanted
probably
it?
using it as a backrest now.
at a coffee, at a tea shop in Japan.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Oh, to be honest, I got rid of the cover, so you wouldn't be able to tell it's an anime ones, but still, yeah.
Oh, so you just donated the pillow, not the actual.
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah,
do
it's
with
still
the
funny though.
case?
Oh, I don't remember. I probably threw it away.
Hope you washed it. How many stains did that one have?
Listen, that was pure. I wouldn't
I was a
desecrate
teenager,
my waifu back then.
It's normal.
Yeah, but I did my business elsewhere. I didn't want to desecrate the pillow. I want to keep it in good condition.
That's why you got rid of
It's
it.
just a cuddling because I was a lonely boy.
Things never change. So,
you.
oh,
Did you listen to Hatsune Miku? Were you a Hatsune Miku fan?
Yeah,
No.
massively. When I was 16, she was my everything.
Oh,
Bruh, every
real.
single day when I was in middle school, my mom would drive me to school, and every single day I would play the Popey Popey Po Po Peepo song just to make her mad because it was the most obnoxious song ever written.
Is this a real story? You know, Malcolm, I really can't
Yeah,
tell
this is real.
when you're telling a lie anymore because you tell these stories in the same exact monotone voice that you do like anything else. So I don't even know it's reality anymore with you. That's
No,
real.
this
That's
is real. Promise. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, where are we at? Accelerator Lucci. Aeon, I never really understood how Alistair cursed himself. That is, how was this curse activated? So this is semi-New Testament spoiler territory, so I will mention it, but it won't be too spoilery, so don't worry too much. But yeah, Alistair, he cursed the entire Golden Dawn, basically to a life of failure. But since he was part of the Golden Dawn, he was also to blame for like the phase shit going on. If you've read New Testament 18, you know what I'm talking about, I hope. So yeah, he ended up taking the blame and burden for it as well when he talked to his master, Alan Bennett. So, and yeah, it's pretty much anyone who got struck with his magic would then bear the curse. And then he, faked his own death in 1947. That's not a spoiler, by the way. We know this from Old Testament.
No, this from
pretty much
real
faked his
life?
death. Or, well, he didn't fake his death initially. I think he intended to die. I think he intended to die there, but then Heaven Counselor saved him. Which the anime didn't cover, but you should know about it, so I'll spoil you. Because JC staff failed you, and I won't. So yes.
She's not failed you.
Yes, you were meant to know that in Season 2, and yet they didn't tell you.
There's a lot you're meant
Everyone
to know.
deserves to know that Heaven Counselor saved Alistair. Oh, they might have mentioned it briefly, but they didn't mention that he's a co-founder of Academy City. They definitely didn't mention that. So yeah. Hope that it helps. Prince Manic, could you guys see Kamachi making more crack web novels where characters reach peak potential, like a level 6 constantly exploding Kakina or Magic God Index? I just know for the fact if he writes like a level 6 accelerator, Othinus is going to cream his pants. Harder than Jolter.
You'll never hear the end of it from me. If his level accelerator being a level 6 is when he gets scalars, bro. His power will evolve into scalars. There's no longer vector manipulation. But that'll never happen though, sadly.
Yeah, I think I can see why they did it for Misa because those two are just a gold mine for marketing at the moment. It seems in every single fucking story in the Toaru franchise at this point. Even Item had like a Shogaho tease in it. I mean, not fully if you read that volume, but you get what I mean. Like, it just seems that fucking everywhere you look in the franchise right now, But I have heard they might not be in GT10, which is a bold move, if I must say, if that is true.
Yeah, it'll be just like the rest of GT. You know, Kamachi does a lot with web novels. I think a lot more than people realize. A lot of like his serializations ended up coming from web novels. Like Bad Trip, I think, was originally the first one was a web novel. Zashiki Warashi Village was the first one was a web novel. And then he has just a few books that are just straight up web novels, specifically the Vampire Older Sister, Zombie Little Sister novels. So you could very well see him writing more web novels. It's actually a possibility. It's not like something he does on occasion. It's something he actually likes to do.
Fair, yeah. Maybe I could see him doing it, but I think it might be an exception with the Misa Misa stuff. Who knows? But yeah, if you can do
and he did
another
start
game like
that
it.
the one digital manga recently, or I don't really know what it is. It's the really long comic strips. I can't remember what it's called, but he started some work on one of those projects, and I don't think anybody's even talked about it. I don't even think it's on his Wikipedia, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, lost Kamachi content.
Rip. Anyway, next question. Imminent Successful asks, Aeon, do you think a Dark Matter spin-off anime would be a possibility, or even OVA? I think the main problem with it is that it is just one volume, meaning that it's not really enough content to warrant a full anime season, although they could go the Railgun route of having a second half be anime original, and to be honest, I'd be down for that, because while it did end on a pretty strong note, I would have loved to have seen more from that spin-off, because the writing was really good in it. I'd love to see more cat content, period. But yeah, I could see it being like a bonus or something. I do like the idea, though, that's I forgot who mentioned it, but someone mentioned about having a Toaru anime where you got like different really short stories into one season, kind of like a Star Wars Visions kind of shit, or Tales of the Jedi or Empire or whatever. That'd be an interesting take on a Toaru anime. I'd be pretty down for that. Just have like different mini story arcs exploring different characters.
Yeah, I don't foresee like a Dark Matter branded anime, but I could see it, being included in, in some middle section of another anime, probably Index or something. Not really sure. I don't know. It's just a little too short to warrant getting an anime. So I don't really think there would be one branded for it unless we got more material later on, which I don't really see that happening either.
All right. Quoting Fiction asks Othinus, where do you scale Toma now?
Oh my god, bro, for real, man.
Outer Versal.
Yeah, we'll just say outer versal. Oh, sorry, we'll do infinite layers in the outer.
What's the top?
Boundless.
Boundless.
Boundless. Okay. Who's a Boundless character?
The writer.
You literally can't even answer that question. It's all like preference. What is that? What you want to call it? Preference.
Honestly,
opinion.
If you ask like Verse Battle Wiki, they used to have like 3 characters that they had as Boundless, but then like years later, all of a sudden, like it got taken over by like SCP fans, and now 90% of the SCP characters are Boundless. Bro, it's legit just it's an SCP wink fest there now. They're like, oh yeah, the SCP Foundation is Boundless. The Scarlet Emperor, whatever his name is Boundless, and and it's like, oh my gosh, just everybody's Boundless now. It used to be like there were like 3 characters they had Boundless. It was like the writer, what's his name again? Whatever, from that one harem series.
The
Kinchi.
the dating sim thing? Dating sim?
No, not dating sim. Kinchi.
Oh,
think
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Tenchi Moyo.
Yeah.
Tenchi, like Kami Tenchi, I think was boundless, and then they had like one other, and it was like very exclusive club. Now you go on there, everybody and their mom's boundless if they're in the SCP Foundation, and then they like re-ranked everything else to not that was boundless to not be boundless anymore, and it's crazy.
Yup. So to keep
They're
the
like,
answer short,
Nah.
I say to keep the answer short, we'll just go with boundless. Infinite layers into boundless.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Zywex, welcome. It's good to see you here. Here's a question. Do you think Kamachi is spying on us? The Toaru community, past or present, is fine to answer.
Oh,
Judging-
definitely, 100%.
I don't know. It'd be funny if he was. I don't want to make this about GT10 because I don't want to spoil it, but judging of... I did tweet about it if people are curious, but judging of some like things that Kamachi was poking fun at in GT10 made me think, has he been reading some of the criticism of Index Online? Because he kind of like made jokes about it in a very subtle Kamachi way, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna like stand up and clap you for that because that's based as fuck. So it would be funny if he was, but I don't know if he is spying, he more be on the Japanese side because I don't think he can understand English. He might do. We don't really know much about him. He's a very mysterious person, as we know. What do you guys think?
I do recall. I don't know if it was an interview or in an afterword or something, but he had mentioned that when you look up Aleister Crowley now, you'll see Aleister from Toaru rather than the actual historical Aleister Crowley. So that kind of made me believe that he, probably often researches things about his own series. Not researches, but he looks up things about his own series. So
Yeah,
I would guess on the JP side, but probably not the English speaking community.
Yeah, we know he does search for like content and concepts, I guess, for his series or actual books to do research, but when it comes to like spying on fans and shit and seeing what their opinions are, yeah, who knows? It'd be funny if he's watching this stream right now. Hi, Kamachi. You're a legend, by the way, if you're watching. We love you. Even though Malcolm would say we don't love you as much as him.
Actually, Kamachi only likes Malcolm because Malcolm's read all the books.
I've given him the most money.
You probably have.
Alright, well, too many people asking multiple questions. It is not legal. Five try. Here's a question. Toji Fushiguro versus Kamijo Toma. I don't know who that is. The first guy.
Toma Kamijo one taps. He speed blitzes. There's your answer, Aeon.
What, is the other guy in a wheelchair? How does
the other guy's from Jujutsu Kaisen. He's Megami's father.
Okay.
All right. I watched the first episode of JJK.
Yeah,
I'm going
there's
to
your answer.
catch up eventually. We'll see if it's good.
It is good. I definitely recommend it. It is good.
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah,
watched
I like the fights. Really good.
Watched the new season recently. It was pretty fun.
It was.
Right. A certain Bidoof. What is your opinion on Sherry Cromwell? Super underrated. I stan her.
So she used to be my least favorite character in the entire series, but now I actually kind of like her. Not super strongly, but she's okay.
Aeon, are you sure you didn't get like gaslit into liking her because you kept drawing her on stream over and over and over again that time?
Wait,
What do you mean?
When did you
I can't draw.
No, whenever you were doing gotcha pools
Oh.
on stream that time.
No. This is way before. No. I've liked her since I read OT6. I didn't really care about her at all in the anime, but when I read OT6, she left quite a pretty big impression on me. I really liked their backstory, and while her motives were kind of conflicted and ambiguous, I just kind of saw it as her, just enacting her revenge. She was just consumed by hatred, and just didn't care about the consequences. She'd willing to start a war just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
So I like her character. Right. A certain mysterious virtuoso. I can't pronounce words. So Gita spin-off when? We did get that tweet ages ago from the Railgun editor. If Mental Out sold well, we would get one. It's doing well. Where is it? Is that what's going to be confirmed this year? Who knows?
Probably. Don't
hope
jinx
so.
me, please.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the delivery of that tweet, but hey, it's just a tweet. We can't take a tweet as the word of God, as in it's going to happen no matter what, because it is pretty informal tease that we could, but it's not a definite yes. But I do certainly hope it, and it does make sense considering we've had pretty much a spin-off for every level 5 now, apart from Sogita and Aihana, and I feel like Sogita is definitely popular enough to justify a spin-off. Everyone loves him. I have not met a single fan in the Toaru fandom that does not like Sogita. I think he's the one character that everyone loves no matter what.
If you hate him, you only hate him because everyone else loves him.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you just hate life if you hate Sogita. What can I say? Is that all of them? I think it might be, because everyone else has already asked the question. Yeah. Okay. I guess we will call it a day. I hope everyone had a fun 20th anniversary, even though we didn't get anything super spectacular. Nevertheless, it is good to be here still after 20 years, and the franchise is still going strong, and we've got plenty to look forward to, it seems, both with the light novels and the possible announcements. And yeah, hopefully this continues for many years to come, and I'm really excited for the future.
Heck yeah.
Anti-anime is coming. Don't give up hope. It's coming.
Yeah, and most importantly of all, remember to hit that like button. Remember to join the secret order and get access to special perks like videos before everyone else, and a special Discord chat room exclusive for you.
Malcolm.
Also, a free super chat every single month. So next time we do a podcast, you can ask for your question to get priority for free.
Malcolm does my job for me. I just have to sit back and just drink this bottle of rum and just chill.
Bro, you're still
and
drinking
if you
that?
haven't yet, make sure you subscribe.
I was about to say, bro, what?
No, I thought about having another glass, but I was like, nah, I'll just have one. I'll be a good boy. But yeah, Malcolm is destined to be a YouTuber now. Just his delivery is now so finely tuned that you have to fulfill your true will.
I can't wait to
Alistair
see a video.
commands you. And he's
true.
yes. Oh, you agree. Good. All right. Yeah, just want to say thank you guys for coming on, as always, especially Emerald. It's been a pleasure to talk to you again. Oh, I think Ben Misaka's put a super chat. I don't think it'll pop up, but we'll wait a bit. Yeah, thanks for coming on. Make sure you look at all their channels and Twitter in the description for Emerald and Othinus, and maybe Malcolm if he decides to become a YouTuber one day, which he should.
Someday.
Still waiting, Malcolm, on them videos. Just see everybody else, man.
Yeah, maybe I'll do something smaller.
You said the same
scale.
exact thing last time on stream, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just remember, you promised if I make a video, you're gonna read Heavy Object.
I did.
Right, Malcolm,
Yeah.
you're not allowed on the next podcast if you don't.
Oh,
Oh no.
because the next one will be GT10.
Oh wait. Oh no. The next one GT10. That's gonna be.
Yes,
in,
it
like,
will be the GT10
4
next
weeks.
one.
Well, then you better get on that video.
Better get
Oh,
on that.
man. But then Aeon will have like. Wait, do you have anybody else on the GT podcast? I don't even remember. Othinus? You
Yeah,
read the GT?
Othinus.
Wait, do I? Yes, I read.
No, I mean like.
You forgot
I mean
it?
like.
what?
I mean, have you been reading it like up to date for the spoiler podcast? I couldn't remember if we had you on that one.
What? Yeah, I read everything.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, we had Full Metal on at one point. For another one, I think Optimus couldn't go to. Or
Yeah, one of them I was just
or-
busy.
Yeah. But yeah, apart from that, it's been us three, the three amigos.
Well,
Which,
you can
yes.
have me on
Or
the
somebody would
Iron
hurry
one.
up and start GT.
Well, yes, thanks for the super chat, Ben Misaka. Appreciate you. And yeah, thank you to everyone who has tuned into the podcast and everyone who continues to support the series. Make sure you continue to do so because it's the only way we'll get Kazuma Mickey's attention. And fingers crossed, Kamachi's tweet doesn't let us down. Let's hope for a positive 2024. Let the hopium be injected into our veins. All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. And yeah, see you all